Hello, hello, hello. Welcome one, welcome all. Well, it's been a long time coming, but we're finally here. We now have 4 racers, all keen to compete in the
Deathmatch Arena
Grand Final. Let's have a quick look at the course they will be racing over. It's very much a traditional Gaslands racetrack course. So our drivers will start at the start line here, continue around the first bend to the first gate, which is where the weapons activate. They'll then continue round this next big looping arc to the second gate. It's then off through the central chicane type arrangement to gate 3. And from gate 3, it's simply a dash to the finish line. And here come our racers, all lined up, ready for the off. And so the grand final gets underway. Otto in pole position, messes up his first roll. He doesn't do a lot better in his second roll, so he ends up sliding wide with 5 hazards off the first move. Now that is not an auspicious start. He's managed to nudge it up into second gear just, but he's got Flossie-Bou and her notorious ram right behind him. And here it comes straight away. Flossie off the start line, changes up 2 gears to gear 3 and smashes straight into Otto. 4 damage caused, but perhaps more importantly, that pushes Otto's hazards into wipeout territory. He doesn't flip, but he does spin into a rather unfortunate position. Medium straight from Dinky Weasel, and she manages to round that off with a very convenient spin. Thank you very much. Gobbler makes good use of the bike's pivot skill and then uses a long straight, which puts him right through that gap. Talk about threading the needle. Cautious start from Sarge, who just uses a short straight. He does set a slide spin as well, which he utilises to good effect, keeping up with the main pack but not crashing. Brings us to the end of the first gear phase, and my goodness, it's messy. Flossie manages to pull off a turn, which she completes, finishing in gear 3 still with 2 hazards. Dinky is going to try and take Gobbler out early in the race. Car versus bike is certainly going to sting a bit. Only 1 damage though, that could have been much, much worse for Gobbler. In fact, Dinky has come off slightly worse, because the hazards from that collision have caused her to wipe out. She doesn't flip, but she does spin. This is just flipping madness. Medium straight for Gobbler, who's obviously just trying to get himself the heck out of the way. Medium straight for Sarge, which means a T-bone for Dinky. Okay, just 1 damage, that's not too bad. It's not a disaster for anyone. It's now gear phase 3. Dinky and Sarge cannot move. Gobbler, however, can move. Trying to find safety, I guess. Flossie powering for the gate with a gentle turn, which she finishes changing up into gear 4. It's now gear phase 4 and only Flossie can move. Another gentle turn. Ooh, shotgun. 1 more damage to Gobbler. Let's cut quickly to the drone cam and have a look. As you can see at the start, a bit of a mess with those 3 cars. It's only really Flossie-Bou and Gobbler making any progress, by which I mean Gobbler is running for his life from Flossie. But it's early days, this is Gaslands and anything can happen. Here we join Otto, scrambling to get back into the race with a quick panicked reverse. The next driver after Otto is going to be Flossie, and you wouldn't want to be Gobbler in this position, would you? Gobbler, Flossie's coming for you. Amazingly, just 1 damage, but perhaps more importantly, 2 hazards, which, whilst not causing a flip, does cause Gobbler to spin out and knocks him down to gear 1 again. Okay, so we're across to Dinky now. She needs to do something special, doesn't she? She could be in trouble here. A gentle turn in reverse, and amazingly, somehow she pulls out a spin into this manoeuvre as well, turning this fairly mundane gentle reverse into a kind of special J-turn. That's pulling it out the hat just when she wanted it. which means the coast is now clear for Sarge, who is now roaring ahead, trying to catch up with the action. The gap is closing. Over to Gobbler, who is in gear 1, but luckily for him, it is gear phase 1, so he makes good use of bike's pivot, and off he goes. A long straight for distance, and then a spin at the end. Nice. But the relief may be short-lived, because it's gear phase 2 now, and Flossie has pole. And she also has a shotgun, which misses. Gobbler keeps his last hull point for now. It's now a gentle turn for Dinky, and how she managed to avoid a collision I really don't know. But it's obviously distracted her because she didn't change up, so she's still stuck in gear 1, which won't help her out. Sarge next, and he's pushing forward, obviously trying to get up in support of his motorcyclist colleague. Speaking of which... he's missed. But that might cause enough of a diversion for Gobbler to escape. It's over to Otto now. Otto, who's actually driving the highest valued individual vehicle in this competition. A gentle turn from Otto here. Across the Sarge now, and you can see him in the background there, trying a veer, but ends up sliding, which brings his main weapons out of arc, so he can't shoot anyone with his minigun. Gobbler with a gentle turn in gear 3. Otto and a medium straight. Flossie-Bou now, coping nicely with that bend. And Sarge trying to close the gap, but he racks up too many hazards, and thus he wipes out, and he fails the flip check. He collides with the barrier, and in doing so picks up 2 damage, and then he spins and ends up facing in the wrong direction. Oh dear, Sarge. Coming in from the right of your screen and ready to pass Sarge is Otto. Otto catching up and making up for lost time. Three damage. Flossie is not going to like that. And whilst we're on the subject of Flossie, here she goes, chasing after Gobbler. Shotgun hit. It's only 1 damage, but 1 is enough. Gobbler only had 1 hit left. He is gone. Let's send the drone up and have a look at what's going on. So there's poor old Gobbler. We've got Flossie there in the lead. Bit of a snarl up there between Sarge and Otto. And Dinky Weasel there. What are you playing at, Dinky? Turn 3, gear phase 1, and Otto is making progress. But for some reason hasn't used his weapons. That is odd. Flossie-Bou is maintaining her lead, and as it's gear phase 1, Dinky can actually move. Wow! And her weapons are now active. That's 1 more hit on Sarge. Now it's Sarge with a hairpin, and with a slide and a spin, he gets himself into a nice position. It's now gear phase 2, we're across to Flossie, and no, what's she trying to do? No! No, no, no. Well, the crowd don't like that, but if I'm honest, I'm not sure I like it either. That was just totally unnecessary. It's out of order, totally out of order. Leaving that disgraceful behaviour behind, let's see what Dinky Weasel's up to. That's 2 more damage to Sarge. Sarge responds with a gentle turn and opens fire on Otto for 2 points of damage. It's now Otto's turn, and he's getting himself around that bend, utilising a spin and changing up into 5th gear. Dinky can't move, she's in too low a gear, but Sarge certainly can. And another 2 damage to Otto. And Otto is catching up with Flossie. Flossie evades any damage. Flossie tries to escape. Oh, and she drops napalm. Otto's still in hot pursuit and utilises a cheeky spin to evade that napalm there. Another miss. Flossie hightails it out there, and she drops another batch of napalm, which will make it difficult for her pursuers, which I guess is the idea really. And being the only car in 5th gear, she gets another go, charges along straight. And she is now in mortar range. Well, that was a waste of ammunition. It's turn 4, gear phase 1. Flossie-Bou has pole and she's trying a gentle turn. She ends up instead with a slide spin, which, to be fair, doesn't do her any major disadvantage. Oh, mortar fired. Mortar missed. Again. Dinky is veering wide of Sarge, and she's deployed a bomb car. A gentle turn from Sarge, who's trying to keep ahead of Dinky. He fires at Dinky with his magnum, and although he scored a critical hit, Dinky managed to evade both points of damage, so that's a 0 damage hit. On to Otto, who expertly dodges the napalm. Gear phase 2 now. Dinky is trying to pull off a gentle turn. Is she trying to ram Sarge? Well, she might have been trying to, but she ended up pulling up microscopically short. Look how close she is. So close, but yet so far. And we have another bomb car deployed, so perhaps Dinky was not trying to contact Sarge, because if she was in contact, she wouldn't have been able to deploy any weaponry. And the first bomb car is moving dangerously close to Flossie. Sarge is staying ahead of Flossie. Sarge fires again. He scores another critical hit. This time, both points of damage go through, and the magnum, being a blast weapon, each hit also causes a hazard. Otto has now moved up, and he opens fire, but he just wastes the ammo. Flossie to move now. She's really got nowhere to go. She can't avoid that bomb car, so she's just going straight through it. The car explodes, and Flossie takes 4 damage. Sarge continues surging forward, and he changes up into 4th gear too. This guy means business. A magnum shot missed, unfortunately. Otto, and it's a medium straight, which he completes successfully. Good solid hit there from the machine gun. And a Molotov too, and that hits also. A sickening 6 damage to Flossie-Bou. She ain't gonna survive that. There she goes, our first racer.
Eliminated.
It's now a gentle turn from Dinky Weasel, bringing guns to bear on Sarge. 1 hit on the highway patrol car. It's turn 4, gear phase 4. Otto is trying to pull the tightest turn that he can in this gear, and he's probably going to end up in the barriers because he can't get round that bend. He's got to do something special. You know what? That slide might be special enough. That might just have bought him some space. But I fear it's only a brief stay of execution. He won't get round that next turn, I don't think. Dink is in gear 3, so she can't move. Sarge, however, is in gear 4, so he can. And he's got to try and weave his way through that napalm. So far, so good. It's now turn 5, gear phase 1. Dinky has pole, and she's completing a medium straight. And trigger happy as ever, Dinky is opening fire on Sarge. That's just 1 damage. And it's Sarge to move now. And there's really nothing that he can do to avoid nipping through that napalm, which causes him 2 damage and also sets him on fire. It's now Otto's turn, and he is in a bit of a tricky situation here. The slide spin that he gets might have helped him out if it hadn't been for the fact that the hazard he picked up has caused him to wipe out. And that wipeout, although he didn't flip, has caused him to spin out into a, once again, really awkward position, and has knocked him back down to 1st gear. Back to Sarge again now. A medium straight for Sarge, and some decent dice rolling on his part means that he's managed to shed all his hazards, which means he's no longer on fire. Lucky for him. His guns are now in range, so of course he's going to open fire on Otto. 2 damage caused. Dinky Weasel, hard turn, successfully completed, but she's not caught up sufficiently yet. Her guns are still out of range. It's now time to check out the bomb car. Oh, he's eye-wateringly close, but still yet to make contact. Otto can't move because he's stuck in gear 1, so we're over to Dinky now, who pulls off a nice gentle turn, which does bring her to within machine gun range. 1 damage, which reduces Sarge down to his last hull point. Bomb car, here goes, and we have contact. Sarge's movement here rounds off gear phase 3, and Sarge is the only one in gear 4, so he's the only one that can move in gear phase 4. He's got to do something special because he's got to get round that obstruction. It's a gentle turn, and he's also dropped down a gear to try and slow himself down a bit. He needs some manoeuvrability. It's gear phase 1 of turn 6, and Sarge is attempting a gentle turn. The turn is completed, and he even manages a tactical spin at the end, which is the good news. The bad news is he's racked up too many hazards. He wipes out. He avoids flipping, but he can't avoid spinning. This puts Dinky Weasel in a really comfortable position, no pressure at all. Her only opponent is stuck in gear 1. She will be wanting to capitalise on this. That was gear phase 1. Here comes gear phase 2. She's getting closer, but can she steal the lead? Gear phase 3, and she's managed to change up to gear 4, so she'll get another move before Sarge does. And just look at how tight that gear 4 move is. That's precise. She'll be disappointed though that she couldn't hit Sarge, because with just one hit point left, she could have won the race there and then. She still has a chance though, because she's now firing point blank at Sarge with her machine gun. Believe it or not, she misses. We're now gear phase 1 of the next turn, and Sarge has pole now. It's a hard turn, which he completes with a cheeky spin, and he changes up into gear 2. He gets a critical hit with his magnum, causing 2 damage and also 2 hazards. Clearly not happy, Dinky's coming in for the ram. It's a 2 dice rear end shunt, and those dice cause no damage either. Oh dear. It would appear not to be Dinky's night, wouldn't it? And to add insult to injury, the 2 hazards from the collision now cause Dinky to wipe out. Thankfully for her, she doesn't flip, but she spins. It's now Dinky's turn to be stuck, languishing in gear 1. Gear phase 2, and Sarge successfully completes his move, changing up into gear 3. Gear phase 3, and Sarge is now in sight of the finish line. He's getting closer, but he hasn't been able to change up. So we now go to gear phase 1 of the next turn. Dinky has pole. Probably not a lot she can do, to be honest, but she's going to try. She launches her last bomb car. Obviously too little too late, but you've got to admire her spirit. Over to Sarge now, who is about to storm this. And there it is. He's across the line. We have a winner. We have the first ever Wastelands Raceway Deathmatch Arena winner. So it's a big congratulations to our victor, Sarge, winner of the coveted Ticket to Mars. But let's not forget that one racer who made the ultimate sacrifice. Let's dedicate this final to the memory of Gobbler. Squashed, but not forgotten. So that's all, folks. That's it for this Wastelands Raceway Deathmatch Arena series. It's taken a lot of work to put together, but I've enjoyed it. I hope you think it's been worthwhile, and I'd like to thank everyone for watching, for supporting us, and special thanks to those who've taken part in helping to produce this. It wouldn't have been possible without any of you. So, thank you. See you again soon, you bunch of weirdos.